await ascendance. As of now, beacons confirming arrival in Helios remain unanswered. This is HNS.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand.
Good job on the outpost. Maybe Addison will lighten up.
What do you mean?
She's been pretty upset about not having an initiative outpost established yet. Understandable, if you ask me. I'm just glad she's got work to focus on now.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Gian Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still...
Right. The genophage. A little gift. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
What about the Krogan here in...
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show during the trip to get here, Krogan underwent
So you used those 600 years to your...
Yeah. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Nothing more for now.
Later.
Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Glad to see you finally. I hear you've been busy out there. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to them. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know? Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Gian Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments, I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Are the other Turing...
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
It's rough out there. I might need backup if...
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious...
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Bye, Kandros.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
What am I going to do?
Secure message from intelligence. Requesting armor cam footage.
What am I going to do? It's not right. It's not fair.
What's wrong?
Oh my, you're... So it's... Maybe you could help. You're impartial. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What exactly was he convicted?
They don't exile you for petty theft. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
I'd be happy to.
Please.
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status.
Pathfinder, do you have just a minute?
No, it isn't what we wanted. You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative... You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. Hit a threshold. A new cryo... Want more focus on research, like on prodromos? Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide... No pressure.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for important updates.
Hello, Pathfinder.
As sleepers wake early.
Must be great to see all your hard work on display.
You've had a year to think about it. Ryder, you're off to a promising start. I meant what I said. But until we find the other arcs, a cloud hangs over the initiative.
They're as much a part of the initiative as the human arc. We'll find them.
We have to. Tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. Did you have some other business?
As director of the initiative, Art...
If the others would, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
Any more information you can give me on them?
No, and that is the distressing part. If they're the same problems with the Scourge that we... Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. Whether that's the Cat, or other terrors lurking in Helios, also scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course.
HNS, your source for news in Helios, an independent arm of the Andromeda Initiative.
The author put me on the transfer list for an outpost, but I said no.
Why? That's why you came here in the first place. My friend.
But the planet was toxic.
Pathfinder
What if they
Rider?
store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish? Ah, Pathfinder, the information you gathered is marvelous.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Hirik, my colleagues and I work directly with Sam, refining your field scans into discoveries to benefit the initiative. Hopefully.
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop.
You are always welcome.
Indeed, it's thanks to your sterling data.
You're listening to HNS, your source for news in Helios, an independent arm of the Andromeda Initiative.
I'm sorry, Lab. Just trying to boost the morale.
Help you?
Pathfinder Rider, here to see Nilken Rensit.
Ah, a murderer. Why, Nilken, you're moving up in the world.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this.
She's a... At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
So when he was killed, people assumed...
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. I saw movement. Thought it was the cat. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
I'm so sorry.
We were close. He was a stubborn son of a... But I was enraged when we argued. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something does...
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind. You're a Pathfinder. Maybe there's still hope.
Fix it. No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
So there was a trial, and he was found guilty.
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
That is the difference between murder and accident.
In this case, motive plus opportunity plus Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Bye, Kandros. Duty.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Hydroponics reports
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilkin, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
From intelligence. Requesting armor cam
No!
footage.
Get him off me! Get him off me!
Any logistics updates are due within the hour.
Hello, Pathfinder. Your first...
How the hell did I know?
Andromeda viability and the Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
All right, Brecca.
The interface is active and will respond. You may begin shaping the initiative.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Sarah Ryder. I'm looking at...
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
If they'd fought and Nilkin threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He just...
So the body was never examined?
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status. A violent illness related to
We're seeing more and more skirmishes with the Ket.
Something I can help you with?
I'm looking into the Nilkin...
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve...
That isn't usually Pat.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial.
I think we already have. Though physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The more certain we can be, the...
Alright, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people... I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a... We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all.
My pleasure.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand. Construction repairs. Residents are still mourning the loss of Chief Garson, and the initiative founder was killed when the Nexus hit the sky.
A ray of hope for sleep-starved residents. Maintenance begins on malfunctioning sun lamps, causing unending daylight in some Nexus quarters. This is HNS.
Sure, let me know what the plan is. Scent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
So, Cora, Asari Commandos. I hear a lot of things.
You hear, or you watch low-budget action vids?
Either way, Huntresses hunt. They sabotage. They do assassinations.
All officially sanctioned.
And that was all fine with you?
Yeah. Hunt down anti-Citadel fanatics, or let crisis response mop up the blood later. That's not a...
This is where Chief Reynolds died.
Sandstorms would have buried the body long ago. I suggest scanning.
Karkins.
Pathfinder, there is an armor piece buried deep. A leg bracer. Scan indicates tissue and bone fragments clinging to it. DNA identified as Chief Reynolds. Indications suggest his body was torn to pieces.
So the Chief became Karkin food.
Circle of life can be gruesome.
The remaining armor will be scattered, or perhaps brought to a nest. The chest piece and his Omni tool may explain his death.
Then we keep searching and scanning.
On the move.
Pathfinder, the scan has picked up Chief Reynolds' chest piece, confirming single shot. Unable to determine weapon type, but entry point was at the back. Exit blast through the chest.
By all accounts, Nilken was in front of the Chief when he fired. So it wasn't his shot that killed him.
The Chief's Omni tool might shed some light. Picking up additional armor scraps. I believe it's a trail leading to a cave nearby.
Could be where the nest is located. It's a Karkin nest, all right. Fan out. What?
Confirming initiative equipment, including Omni tool assigned to Security Chief Accessing Reynolds. The chief was scanning at the time of the next unit's data. The scan picked up 2 shots. One, a standard initiative rifle report, which missed. The other from behind, a Ket pulse weapon.
This proves Milken is innocent. He didn't shoot Reynolds.
That's a relief.
Pathfinder, there is also an audio recording.
Go ahead and play it.
No! Where's Nilkin?
Sorry, old friend. Had to do it. I'm not dying on this rock.
Son of a bitch.
Confirming. Voice identified as suspect, Nilkin. So he did not kill the chief.
But he meant to. Need another...
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
Ryder, could we talk a moment?
Where's my data pad? Oh, how'd you get under there?
Suvi, were you talking to your notebook?
Oh, I wasn't I? I do that sometimes.
Construction and repairs continue on various parts of the net. A violent illness related to cherry-like fruit brought back from Habitat 7 as authorities baffled. Multiple passengers are still in quarantine. This is HNS.
Hey, there's puke on the...
I hear you went down to EOS. Did you find anything to help my case?
An enemy blast to the back killed the chief. Your shot missed.
What? You're kidding me.
Hold on there. The chief's Omni tool recorded.
Sorry, old friend. Had to do it. Shit.
Not only did you think you killed him, you meant.
But you just said I didn't, so the conviction will have to be overturned. The sentence thrown out.
Director Tan will determine. You did try to.
Look, I'm sorry I lied, but if my...
We'll see about that.
Attention, civil disobedience has been reported in hydroponics. Security is investigating.
Good to see you.
A ray of hope for sleep-starved residents.
Tan likes to think he's keeping an eye on us.
No, I am not imagining. Something I can help you with?
Director, I checked out that murder. Nilkin didn't do it, but there's proof that he meant to.
This is unfortunate. We're trying to give the people a sense of stability, leadership and we're setting precedent for justice here in Andromeda. Now this, a convicted murderer who didn't commit the murder.
I hear you. It sucks when things aren't black and...
Are they ever? If we suppress the evidence and uphold the conviction, we're banishing a man for a crime If we throw the conviction out, we're freeing a man who tried to take matters into his own hands. Your investigation complicated this. You should take responsibility for the outcome. Do we still exile him for murder?
It was crazy down there. Life and death. But his shot didn't kill Reynolds.
You're a bottom line type of person. All right, so be it. He will do community service for his role in the... Well, at least we'll have this sorted.
This is how all those